Take a look at that tail of the tape right there, Moro. Those records, 12-1, 7-1, is telling you both of these guys are top flight athletes and fighters. We are in for an exciting matchup.
With the official introductions, here's Michael C. Williams.
Bellator Hawaii now moves to the Bantamweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds live on DAZN. We introduce first the blue corner at 5'8", weighing in 135.7 pounds. His professional record, 7 wins, just 1 defeat. Fighting out of Puna, Hawaii, presenting Steadfast, Shaden Lealoha. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 135.7 pounds. As a professional, he brings 12 victories, just 1 defeat. By way of Houston, Texas, he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Raufeon Stots. In charge, your referee, Chris West.
Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Bellator MMA 135-pound weight class. A couple of fighters with a chance to prove that they are the truth here in the circle of truth. The Bellator MMA cage. Raufeon Stots in the red gloves, Shaden Lealoha in the blue gloves, and immediately Lealoha lands that body kick as they clinch, with Stots maneuvering Lealoha to the fence.
Knowing that Stots is so good in the grappling game, I really thought the same as what Josh Thompson was talking. I thought that Shaden was actually better on his feet, had a little bit more power, and wanted to stay away from some of the grappling situations with Stots. Doesn't look like he's looking at it the same way we are.
Stots' lone loss in his previous record of this being his 14th fight. His lone loss came against current UFC bantamweight Merab Dvalishvili, and that ended in 15 seconds, courtesy of a spinning back fist. So Stots will try to avoid an ignominious fate like that in this fight.
Anybody can be caught. There's too many ways of losing in MMA. It's nothing to worry about.
Both of these fighters have just tasted defeat the one time. And here they are trying to impose their will and skill on each other along the fence. Some short strikes being delivered via the knees inside the clinch.
Shaden really trying to use head position to get himself where he can push over on Stots. Look at that head position right now, Moro. That's him being very strong, trying to push that jawline over.
Lealoha's life changed for the better over the summer. His son, Israel, was born in June. Nothing like being a dad, or so I'm told, John, but of course, you need to provide. And Lealoha looking to provide for his family with an impressive outing here at Bellator 236. Stots now turning the tables and trying to put the pressure on Lealoha, changing levels, trying to secure some kind of a takedown.
Stots in a position where he's putting pressure towards Lealoha. Lealoha with the splay right there of his legs. You're seeing Stots reaching down, trying to grab that ankle. Lealoha pulls it away.
Lealoha defending well, putting his weight on Stots, and well,
second time, worked like a charm.
Perseverance paying off for Stots, who's trained by the respected Duke Rufus at Rufus Sport, another one of my former broadcast partners, John. But I gotta say, out of all the announcers I've worked with, you're one of them.
Unfortunately.
Stots and Lealoha continue to battle inside the clinch. And, well, it's great to be here in Hawaii. I know it's always a great time to return to the land of the rising sun, John. You will be in Japan for Bellator versus Rizin 1 week from tonight, including Fedor Emelianenko versus Quentin Rampage Jackson, which is straight out of the Pride Fighting Championship playbook back in the day. As these two now, Lealoha and Stots, begin to exchange strikes, as Lealoha looking for the clinch and looking to take down Stots, but Stots weight distribution puts him in top position.
Absolute beautiful balance by Stots. Feeling the position, turning, feeling exactly where Chaden was going to try to take him, and just using his hip pressure to maintain that top position. And the real question here is, what do we see out of Raufeon Stots? Does he try to pass, bringing himself into a side control position, or is he going to try to do damage here from half guard?
We talked about Lealoa becoming a father for the first time this past June. Stots also has a son, Clarence, born in May of 2018. So fatherhood and this livelihood, it's all about sacrifice, John. It's all about wanting to pay whatever price is necessary. And here Stots trying to make Lealoa pay from top position.
Stots has been able to establish that I can stay on top of you if I want. Lealoa has looked at a couple of different ways of trying to reverse the position. Nothing is working for him right now. I would look towards getting that underhook. Maybe a lockdown on that leg to control the position of Stots while he's on top, while you search for that underhook. Now Stots has passed into that side control position. No time really to do much, though.
So SUPA, Raufeon Stots ending round one in top position. And we talked about Stots losing his mother, Chaden Lealoa, also lost a huge figure in his life. Akoni Diaz, an amateur fighter who really spoke some life into Lealoa, his stepfather. So both of them with a path that has led them here to Bellator MMA. This is round number 2. Raufeon Stots in the red gloves, Chaden Lealoa in the blue gloves. Lealoa fine with the jab. High kick blocked by Stots. Stots fighting out of the southpaw position. Lealoa feinting for the takedown. And Lealoa doing a good job of getting his head off center when Stots attempts an offensive attack. And
he's been very good at the counter kick. Stots keeps on actually overextending when he's throwing his kick, and Chaden's been able to land 2 good counter kicks on him.
And Stots utilizing some good head movement, slipping off the center line, and now Lealoa trying for the takedown against the former 2-time NCAA Division II National Wrestling Champion, and Lealoa now has Stots back, looking to sink in the hooks.
Very nice takedown by Chaden. Working hard to hold that position. You get that takedown, you don't want to let him get back up and get to a neutral position where all that work went for nothing.
And Stots is back up. Still wearing Lealoa.
Lealoa looking.
And now Lealoa looking for the Kimura here. Stots very calm. Transitioning, trying to alleviate the pressure. Stots last outing saw him grab a 3-round unanimous decision on the regional circuit before making his Bellator MMA debut here tonight.
You can see that Stots' arm is safe right now. You can see from his hand position, he's in no danger.
Stots a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, working from the half butterfly guard, looking to pass guard, but still in the open half guard of Lealoa. And Stots' corner imploring him to ground and pound. Hard to do when your posture's being controlled by your opponent.
Yes, it is. Chaden doing a good job utilizing that knee to shield him back into his guard.
Just past the midway point of the round and the fight, Raufeon Stots continues to work from inside the closed guard of Lealoa. 4 of Lealoa's 7 victories have come via submission. 3 submission wins for Stots. Bob and weave on the ground, John.
There's not a whole lot of bobbing and weaving being able to go on the ground. What you're seeing from Raufeon Stots is he's trying to figure out, do I want a posture, or do I want to bring my head up over Chaden Lealoha's head and post up on my legs to create a pressure and do some damage.
Lealoha trying to score with some elbows from the bottom. Stots doing enough to keep the referee, Chris West, from standing them up. And Lealoha neutralizing Stots' left arm momentarily. Now has head and arm from the bottom, just really trying to control Stots' posture, looking to secure a stand-up. Oh, shrimping out here.
Both guys doing very good technique in this transition, trying to work for a reversal off of the ground with Chaden, and Stots looking to just control the position, maintain the top, and open up with his strikes.
We've heard our dear friend and one of the best to call fights, Joe Rogan, say he hates all stand-ups, John, and you utilize, obviously, the rules in play, but what about the philosophy, even what's going on here? Obviously, they're busy. They're working short tactics. It may not be the most exhilarating, but they're working.
Well, this is within the rules of MMA, and MMA is not small glove kickboxing. All right, we do have grappling, and what you're seeing in the grappling is there's a lot going on right here. That's a beautiful move right there by Raufeon Stots. It was a nice move beforehand by Chaden in how he was positioning the arm and holding the wrist. All of this is good work, and that's why Chris West is letting it go. Like he should.
We would like to treat each other like Twitter troglodytes going into this third and final round. Each of them learning more about each other and their opponents with each and every second that ticks away. Here in the third round, John, what do you look for? What has to happen for both Stots and Lealoha to walk away with a victory?
Well, looking back at what occurred before, Chaden needs to open up just a little bit more in the stand-up. Look, he's got good power, he's got good kicks. You've got to create, instead of being the counter striker, do exactly what he's doing right now. I got to be the guy going after this. I think I'm behind. Let me do things to create a problem.
Stots trying to secure another takedown, defended by Lealoha. Momentarily along the fence, trying to create separation with the crossface. There's a swimming elbow. Remember the elbow Anderson Silva delivered, was it to Tony Strickland in England? That swimming elbow.
Oh, yes.
Underneath. It looked like an attempt there by Lealoha.
Cage Warriors.
Yes. A minute almost gone here in the third round.
Very nice elbow coming across by Lealoha.
And Stots with a huge connect percentage. Oh, and looking to connect big time with the knee as Lealoha attacking the body and attacks the body again with a kick. And there's the shot, but the sprawl by Lealoha.
Beautiful job of staying with it, turning that corner. You talk about turning the corner on a takedown. That is textbook by Raufeon Stots. He kept on turning that corner. That is the only reason he has Chaden Lealoha on his butt.
This being the holiday season, did he run the hot stove pipe? As Lealoha, both of them very calm and cool, and you wondered though, here in the third round, you don't want to let your emotions get the better of you or do things out of frustration, but a little more urgency.
A little urgency is, you know, and even if you're Raufeon Stots, you got to look and say, man, I can't think that I'm ahead here because I might not be. You never know what the judges are going to see and what they're going to give credit for. You got to take every minute of this round and say, I need to do something to separate myself from him and put no doubt that I'm the guy winning this fight.
Well, he wants to physically separate himself now as Stots looking to improve his position, looking to pass the guard of Lealoha, who's on a swivel, keeps turning with Stots, running out of real estate there near the fence. Midway point of the final round as Raufeon Stots wanting to celebrate his 31st birthday, turned 31 5 days ago, fighting for the first time here in Bellator like his opponent, Chaden Lealoha.
Lealoha looking for that arm bar.
Looking for his 5th submission victory.
Even if he doesn't
belly
get it.
down arm bar attempt by Lealoha.
You can always look towards switching this to a triangle.
Stots' 4-fight winning streak hanging in the balance.
He's out. Looking towards a toe hold. Right back into the half guard. This seems to be the most comfortable position for Stots against his opponent in Lealoha, to where he has the most control.
Stots wanting to seize this opportunity to fight in Bellator MMA. And he knows that not everyone gets to fight on the main card in their first fight in the promotion. He says he feels appreciated. He lets him know that this is where he's supposed to be. But in less than a minute now in the fight. And Raufeon Stots, is he where he's supposed to be?
Absolutely, and what was just occurring is Stots was attacking in two areas at the same time, looking towards the head and arm choke and trying to free his leg to get himself either into side control or to the mount position. Chaden has showed that he has got an outstanding ground game. Good knowledge of how he needs to defend, because Raufeon Stots is good on the ground, and he has done an outstanding job of stopping everything that Stots is doing.
Stots, living in Milwaukee by way of Houston, Texas, looking to hand the Hawaiian native a loss in his Bellator debut, and Lealoha now being encouraged by the partisan crowd, but time running out. Elbow strike, body kick by Lealoha, jumping knee by Stots. They go the distance in this bantamweight bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your three judges. At cage side, your first judge, Kyle Takao, scores at 29-28. Judge Mike Bell scores at 30-27. Your third judge, Chris Lee, sees it 29-28. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon Stots.
Hard-fought victory for Raufeon Stots.
Our tale of the tape, brought to you by Boost Mobile's all-new Shrink It plan. A brand new way to mobile. 13-1 Stots, 5-0 Bell. Stots will have the reach advantage, even though he is 3 inches shorter. Here's Michael C. Williams.
From Mohegan Sun Arena, the Bellator 242 prelims now go to the bantamweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner first. At 5'10", weighing in 135.2 pounds, undefeated as a professional, he brings 5 victories, no defeats, fighting out of Humboldt County, California, the Mean Green Fighting Machine, Caspel. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'7", weighing in 135.6 pounds. His professional record, near perfect, 13 wins, just 1 defeat. By way of Houston, Texas, he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Raufeon Stots. In charge, your referee, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner, the referee for this bantamweight fight. 13-1 Stots, 5-0 Bell. Stots victorious in Hawaii, his first fight on the big stage. Caspel also fought in Hawaii in front of the troops and won by unanimous decision. Blue gloves for Caspel, red gloves for Raufeon Stots. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Geico.
Big takedown.
Big takedown, but he is caught in a guillotine right now, and that is a tight guillotine. It's just a matter of what squeeze is Raufeon Stots putting on him right now. If he starts to extend with that foot, keeping that back down, he can get this choke.
And John, you like the grappling skills of Stots.
I love the grappling skills of Raufeon. He is fantastic. You're talking about a 2-time NCAA champion. This guy can wrestle. His jiu-jitsu is fantastic. Caspel is very underrated. Like Josh said, he's got good wrestling, not quite as experienced or has the credentials that Raufeon Stots has, but it's good and it's great for MMA.
The simple fact of the matter is that Caspel always comes in. Things like this happen early in the fight. It feels like he gets a rhythm and a roll going. He fights at a very unorthodox pace. He just keeps the pressure and keeps going. And as fighters continue to fight him throughout the fight, they start to wilt under the pressure. And he gets on top of you. He starts putting pressure. When he pokes his head out here, you can expect some explosiveness or some activity that sometimes fighters are not aware of.
It's interesting because you can see that Raufeon has never really put pressure on this choke. He's never extended and squeezed with his arms, which is going to tire his arms out. And Caspel has just been relaxed and taken his time and saying, okay, I'm good. As long as I'm good, I can stay here all day. Nice move by Raufeon Stots to get his hips out.
John mentioned the two-time Division II National Wrestling Champion Stots wrestled at the University of Nebraska, Kearney, the same school as Kamaru Usman. Top of the hour, our main card live on Paramount Network, and our main event, Stots teammates Sergio Pettis and Ricky Bandejas.
Great wrist control by Caspel.
Nice 2-on-1 by Caspel to control that arm. He knows by controlling it, he can get himself back to the center position. Nice job by Cass.
Stots tried to hit that little foot sweep on the turn back.
Midway point, round number 1. We heard the corner of Bell talking about the hands got to be, the arms got to be a little tired. Raufeon Stots.
I don't think so, because we never saw him really bear down and try to go after that choke. So I don't think his arms are tired. This is when you get two guys that are technically outstanding. You'll get these little gamesmanships. It's a chess match, and you know, just because I move that piece doesn't mean that I'm just leaving it out there for someone to take.
Come up into the clinch. Yep. I'm going to chin if you need to. Head position. Head position, get up.
5-fight win streak for Stots, 5-0 record for 33-year-old Caspel. 3 wins by submission, 1 by knockout.
Caspel's got a sneaky little guillotine that he likes to use where he pulls it all the way through and pushes on that fist.
Calls it the Castletine.
Castletine, there you go, man. And he's good with it, and when you'll see him set, he started to set it up and then he let go of it with his hands, you can see, but he's quick. Once he goes for it, it's on tight, man. You've got to be careful and be defensive against that.
Well, a lot of the problem is see how Raufeon Stots hanging his head on the outside. This is where he sets it up. Caspel sets it up right in this position. He'll use this head and arm guillotine choke position to get to a hook sweep. As you see him setting up, see that left hook on the inside of Raufeon Stots' thigh. He's going to look to try to hook sweep him and get to the top position and put pressure.
He is, and you can see he's doing the same thing that Raufeon Stots did. He has never really committed to squeezing on that neck tight. You've never seen him clinch down, start to bring everything in tight. It's never occurred. He's just, I'll control you here, and I'll see if that opportunity comes, but I'm not going to just go toward it.
Not going to burn my arms out on something that I can't finish.
Exactly.
30 seconds on the clock, round number 1.
For those of you guys at home watching this, what Stots needs to do is keep his head above Caspel's head or just underneath the chin, somewhere in that range where his head can't be pushed in. Nice job getting to mount.
Very nice move, smoothly moves to mount. Little mistake by Cass that led him step over. He's only got 10 seconds. He should try to do some damage here.
There you go. There you go. 4, 3, there we go.
Back and forth, first 5 minutes of this fight.
Really good technical round by both fighters.
But it's a long night, Josh.
That was a 9.5.
That wasn't bad at all. It wasn't Nadia Comaneci, but it was close. Round 2. And they tangle early.
Oh, nice left hand by Caspel.
Yeah, answered by Stots, John.
Yep, absolutely. Stots hit him with a good shot, but that was a good counter left. Stots still stayed right in the middle. Has him up against the cage.
Dig under. Knee those legs.
Yep, knee deep the legs up.
And after the honest assessment in between rounds, you saw Caspel come out with a lot more vigor and a lot more of an attack mode, although now the grappling continues.
You see Stots trying to lace that arm. See how he's got his arm behind his back? He was controlling that left arm of Caspel from behind.
But like I was saying at the end of the first round, Stots needs to avoid that guillotine by putting his forehead and his head underneath the chin of Caspel.
And I've got to give some love to my good buddy, who I once called Little Eagle, even though he's Little Evil. Stots began his mixed martial arts training with Jens Pulver, who's like a big brother to him. Also spent a lot of time with the Croatian sensation, our buddy Pat Militic. Now a member of Duke Rufus's team. He's been in Milwaukee for 5 years as a member of Team Rufus Sport.
So what he's doing here, what I like that he's doing here, is he's using his footwork as well. So it's not just wrestling that he's using. He's inside tripping. He's trying to kick the feet out from underneath them. That opens up the knees. So when Caspel gets broken off balance, he throws the knee right up to the body or to the head or wherever he wants to throw it. But it makes it easier to land those shots when someone's trying to recover their balance.
So he's in on those hips now, and he had his hands together and then let them go. So he felt something. There we go. Nice takedown by Raufeon Stots. Picks him up, amplitude, slams him down.
So what he did was he had his hands locked to make sure it brought Caspel's legs a little bit closer together. He unlocked him and shot his hips in and lifted him. Nicely done.
During these unprecedented and challenging times, the safety of our staff, crew, and fighters has never been more paramount. And Bellator is proud to have partnered with the fine men and women at Hartford Healthcare. These dedicated medical professionals have been overseeing not only our testing and screening, but all medical aspects of our event. For more information, go to hartfordhealthcare.org.
Raufeon Stots trying to get the back, and that was a beautiful job by Caspel to be relaxed, take control of that foot, keep his hand from allowing that foot to hook inside and stay hooked. Nice step back inside with that hook by Raufeon Stots. These guys are just playing a high-level chess game, Josh.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I was going to say that.
Ooh. Stole your line without even knowing. There you go.
Well, let's get it on. Now we're even.
See, you're doing a great job.
I was never going to say that.
No, you've never said it before.
What Raufeon, there you go. What I want to say, Raufeon needs to get up a little bit higher. He needs to get his shoulders up and over, and he needs to get ear to ear with Caspel.
The more that he can center his hips on the hips of Caspel, the more dangerous he'll become in that position.
He's a little, I got to tell you, he's a little high right now until he just broke Caspel down.
He needs to get that other hook in now. He's got the opportunity. Nope. Cas closed that off.
But it was nice how Raufeon kicked himself back to make sure his hips got back as well.
Stots, a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Daniel Vanderlei.
But let's talk a little bit about that camp. At Duke Rufus's camp there with all those guys there, you got Pettis, you got Sergio Pettis, you got Anthony's brother, Anthony Pettis, you've got Emmanuel Sanchez. All those guys have excelled so much within the last 2 or 3 years. Their grappling has just escalated to a whole other level that I've seen. Their coach is doing a wonderful job with them, and you're seeing it right now with Raufeon Stots.
Duke Rufus is the kind of leader who has the confidence and the lack of ego and surrounds himself with other great leaders like Daniel Vanderlei and Coach Scott Cushman, and that's why we've seen the success. Paul Felder has spent some time training there. Of course, Ben Askren spent time in Milwaukee at Rufus Sport. Duke has been around this game for a long, long time.
So what Cass needs to do is go 2 hands on that wrist and take it up and over his head so he can turn and face him.
15 seconds on the clock, round number 2.
He can also take and use that cage almost like it's a cheese grater to scrape Raufeon into a position that doesn't allow his back to be exposed, and he can come into him.
And he looks to remain unbeaten inside the Bellator cage, as does Caspel. 3rd and final round. Red gloves for Stots, blue gloves for Bell.
It's going to be interesting because Caspel has never been in this position. I have him down 2 rounds in this fight, and he's never been in a position where he's been down like that in a fight. We're going to see how he responds.
I think what you're seeing is just the fluidity of striking. Caspell's loading up with the strikes, and Raufeon is making him miss just a tiny bit. Slipped the punch, got right to the body lock, able to jump to the back and get the hooks in, doing some nice damage right now.
Beautiful control, as you're seeing it. Not only has he landed the big strikes like you're talking about, it's the control with his hips and his legs, keeping himself in a position to do that damage, because Cass was moving well. Raufeon Stots is showing that, you know what, his grappling, as far as MMA grappling, is just getting better and better.
What he's doing is he's holding that far wrist control, so he's pulling it across Caspell's body so he can't actually spin back into him to try and defend the strikes.
Extend. Try to clear one leg, dude. Just gonna roll. Other hook, flatten him out.
You can tell the hip pressure by Raufeon Stots is extremely tough. Here he is, right under the neck.
Can he get it?
He's in trouble with this, Mike. That is tight.
Trying to finish it right here, right now.
Cass is done.
It's all over.
Stop.
Raufeon Stots moves to 14-1, 2-0 inside the Bellator cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the tap comes 1 minute, 24 seconds into round number 3 by way of a rear naked choke. He's the winner by submission, Raufeon Stots.
Submission victory in the 3rd round for SUPA Raufeon Stots. Our tail of the tape for this first fight of the night. Live on CBS Sports Network. Stots is 14-1. Big John 7 years the elder of his opponent, Keith Lee.
Yeah, that 7-3 record. Keith Lee was 3-3 before going to Extreme Couture, undefeated since being there.
Let's see if it stays that way. To get things officially underway, here is the voice, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Mohegan Sun Arena tonight, live on CBS Sports Network. Bellator MMA gets underway with Bantamweight set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'9", weighing in 136 pounds even. His professional record, 7 wins, 3 losses. From Detroit, Michigan, he fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, killer Keith Lee. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 135.2 pounds. As a professional, 14 victories, only 1 defeat. From Houston, Texas, he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Raufeon Stots. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson, our referee, for this bantamweight battle, our first fight here tonight, live on CBS Sports Network. Stots.
Ready?
And Lee. Hey, here we go. Tonight's fight clock presented by Geico. Raufeon Stots in the red gloves, Killer Keith Lee in the blue gloves. Stots, the southpaw. Lee will switch his stance. Both men 2-0 inside the Bellator cage.
Fellas, I've been buzzing about this fight all week.
Yep. 4-fight win streak, Josh, for Lee. 6-fight win streak for Stots, as Big John pointed out. That 4-fight win streak since the move to Extreme Couture.
It'll be interesting to see if Raufeon Stots is able to do exactly what he's doing right now as far as controlling the distance and making Lee actually react to what he's doing. That'll be a problem. There you go with Keith Lee. That's what he needs to do. He needs to set his tempo and make Stots react to what he does.
What Stots is doing right now, it's very next level, is he's just taking the center of the cage, but he's not overreacting to whatever Keith Lee does.
Raufeon, very good wrestling credentials, actually outstanding D2 national champion. Don't forget, you can join the conversation on all social media platforms at #Bellator253.
Yeah, send us over a tweet so I can read it on air for you. I love it.
That was a nice inside leg kick by Raufeon Stots.
You know what I like, though, what I've seen from Keith Lee so far is he jabbed up top, jabbed to the body, then came back with a head kick earlier in this round. If he mixes it up like that, it's going to keep Stots guessing.
That was a beautiful straight left by Stots.
Control head position.
That's exactly what he needs to do. Use those hands, use your strikes to set up your ability to get into the clinch and possibly get the takedown. You take Lee off of his feet, you're taking away one of his biggest weapons as far as his ability to hurt you with his strikes. Nice exit.
And here we go. Josh, go ahead, you read it.
Jake Hager, my man, he heard me talking about it. He gave us a tweet. Excited to watch this one. We've been excited about this fight all week. This has been the buzz. Thanks, Jake, for sending me a tweet. I appreciate it.
I don't think it was just for you. I don't know for sure.
You might be wrong.
Yeah. John Hader's gonna hate.
Just past the midway point, round number 1. Had a little back and forth with head coach Duke Rufus talking about Raufeon Stots, and he said, and I quote, he's very special.
That landed, though. That head kick did land. It was more of the knee that landed, which is usually the hardest part of the that lands. It hurts the most.
Came in as a D2 wrestling national champion and started as a beginner in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu classes, much like the Pettis brothers did years before.
You're going to get off. That kick landed with shin all the way across the dome. It is his dome, exactly.
The dome.
Grab it, let go.
This is what we talked about all week, though, John, was the heavy hip pressure of Raufeon Stots. Look, both of these guys are not big guys, but the pressure that Raufeon Stots puts, we saw against Casbell. Casbell's a good wrestler, a good jiu-jitsu guy. He had no success whatsoever at getting back to his feet.
This right here is a big problem for Keith Lee, as he cannot be on his butt. Getting back to his knees right now is going to be important. It's going to help him in getting himself out of the trouble area that Raufeon Stots is trying to put him in.
Yeah, he needed to not let Raufeon Stots get between him and the fence, because then that means he's on his back. Keith Lee needs to get 2 hands on one and wrist control so he can take away some of the chances of being submitted with the rear naked.
4 wins by submission for 14-1. Raufeon Stots, Josh, all 4 have come by rear naked choke. 30 seconds on the clock, round number 1.
But you know how he gets those, right? Is that he puts such heavy hip pressure on them, it makes them forget about everything else except for trying to get up, and they expose their neck, and he takes the neck.
Did you know that, or did somebody tweet you that?
Jake Hager.
Sit on hard towards your left, Rob.
Very nice job by Keith Lee to remain calm, protect himself. He's hand fighting here. Everything he's done has been very good.
Big kick, landed. Killer Keith. Boom! Round 2 when we come back.
Ready? Ready? Wait!
Round 2. Stots in the red gloves, Lee in the blue gloves.
There you go.
Round 1, John. You had the big kick from Killer Keith, but you had a lot of control from Raufeon Stots.
You had a nice kick that landed, but it didn't hurt Raufeon Stots, so you give him credit for it landing, but that round goes to Raufeon Stots.
Raufeon's lone loss was a spinning back fist 15 seconds into a fight back in 2017, 3.5 years ago. He got caught. He has won every other fight. And look at this, Josh has got social media just blowing up.
See, I don't like to take all the glory. John, go ahead and read this for us, please.
Well, if you're looking for Raymond, this card is stacked, and he cannot wait to see the main event. And you know what, Raymond? You are not alone. I cannot wait either.
You know why he tweeted? Because I just talked about a spinning back fist.
Oh, that was a nice kick. Raufeon Stots has done a really good job of landing that straight left hand down the pipe. He has set it up, and on the exits, his kicks, he's gone to the body, and it's worked for him so far, Josh.
Yeah, it's working for him. But I still like what Keith Lee's doing. He's mixing it up. He's jabbing to the body, he's jabbing to the head. He's also mixing up the kick. He just tried that little snap kick over the top. Very nice.
One of the things that Keith Lee needs to do, he's got to stop. There you go, getting himself back into that center. He's allowing Raufeon to march him down with his back against the cage. That's not where he needs to be.
He probably heard you. That's why he circled back.
I don't know.
Keith's older brother, the Motown phenom, Kevin, 4 years his elder. We talked to Keith about that relationship, and he said, I'm a polar opposite of Kevin. I've taken what he has done and tried to put my own spin on it. I've learned from his mistakes. I've learned from my own mistakes. It's a great way to look at it.
Keith got the advantage out of that exchange there.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot he landed. Nice right hand to the body by Raufeon Stots.
It was, but I also like how you were just mentioned. Keith Lee circled himself off of the fence and put himself back in the center of the cage.
Very similar to the paths of Anthony and Sergio Pettis. Much different fighters. Sergio looked great earlier in his fight. Obviously, Sanchez guys last week, and we asked Stots about the vibe in Milwaukee at Raufeon right now, and he said, yeah, you're feeling it. Josh, when everybody's kind of winning and feeling good at the gym, at AKA back in the day, it's great to go there every day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's buzzing, man. It's buzzing. And the other thing as well, I mean, I don't know how it is at Raufeon, but at AKA, it was, we couldn't get the media out of our gym. I mean, there was one fight after another, and the lights were always shining, and everyone was just vibing off of it. I mean, you had so many people that were in there. I mean, there was not enough room sometimes. We had to kick people out into another room because there were so many people there.
2 minutes here, Keith. Good pressure. Good
work.
This is such a technical fight. The two of them are exchanging good blows. It's one for the other. No one's really leaving themselves out of position. Nice straight down the middle right there by Keith Lee with the right hand on Stots.
Following our main event, join the Inside College Football crew as they keep you updated on everything happening around the nation and deliver the top headlines of the day. All right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. 90 seconds remaining here in round number 2.
Raufeon is right now, he's starting to keep Keith Lee's back against the cage. You see Lee trying to make moments to get himself out. Raufeon is loading up on that big right hook, though.
Kick after those exchanges when he backs
Keith
out.
just had a nice exchange with his back to the fence as well, though. He landed a couple good shots. Look, I learned my lesson last time Keith Lee fought, not to say a lot of bad things. Just, Keith let me hear about it in the fighter meetings. But he's doing. I feel like he's doing well. He's one step behind a couple times. But otherwise, he's fighting a good fight.
He's fighting a smart fight. You can tell he's thinking, and he understands where he's at and what he needs to do.
Beautiful.
You heard him. You heard him. You heard him. You heard him.
You hear the corner saying you heard him, and you definitely saw that knee land to the body of Stots.
Good. Bicep control there. No knees there. Knees right there, Rof. You gotta stay mobile down there. Let's frame it. Good elbow.
Nice elbow.
Again, touch that ear if he goes there. You circle it back, shove and strike.
He needs to keep that wrist control on that right arm there, that left arm.
Oh, that was nice by Stots. Beautiful job of sneaking that hand behind, pulling the feet out.
But how that got taken was he was able to lock his hands around the single and lift and scoop and put him down to the ground.
Grab right, yep. There it is. Now back over the top. One's got to be over the top.
5 minutes remain in this bantamweight battle.
Ready? Ready?
Stots and Lee. Big John, you gave round 1 to Stots. How about round 2?
Round 2, I have Stots. He was the one that barely got it, but he got it. He just did a little bit better in the work. But Keith Lee is right there, and all he needs to do is exactly what his corner told him. There are certain things that Stots is leaving open. Visualize it in your head, and then execute it.
Eric Nixick and his big brother, the Motown phenom, Kevin Lee, in the corner of Keith Lee for this fight.
In that position, though, he just threw the jab in the right hand, a little bit of a right hook. He's got to follow up with that head kick like the corner was telling him in between rounds.
11th pro fight for Keith Lee. Never been stopped. In fact, he said never been close to being stopped.
That was a big right hook by Stots and a beautiful left hook return by Keith Lee.
I like that. That inside leg kick just hurt Keith Lee a little bit.
Yep, and he just took another shot on the chin, but he's fighting back.
Oh, nice knee.
He had success with those knees against Sean Bunch. Raufeon, he's not dumping his head as much as Bunch was doing in those exchanges.
left hip to the cage. Keep that pressure. Keep the left hip to the cage.
Stots looks like he's trying to set up that
Your right hand involved.
Japanese necktie or
not
working
yet.
in that Darce area.
Close. He's thinking about it, but it's not. He doesn't have the angle for it.
Heavy hips. Heavy hips.
Rafael Lovato Jr., as we talked about last week when Emmanuel Sanchez fought in the quarterfinals, handling the Jiu-Jitsu at Raufeon Stots now.
There you go. Hop over.
Our former middleweight champ.
A little bit of a mistake there.
That was a big mistake. Not a little bit. It was a big mistake that Raufeon made. He allowed Lee to get his knee out. He thought he was going to attack the neck, and then it wasn't there for him.
Sometimes chasing the submission too long will put you in this position here, and that's not a position you want to be in.
Nice elevator.
Keep passing, elevate your butt, A-frame your butt high. Underhook on that side,
Keith Lee just needs to keep fighting the hand and get the neck free. Now pop his head out. Now get busy. Get to work.
Angles. Shove that head. Good. Yep. Stay right there. There you go. Use the fence. Let's climb. Yep. Hit that elbow in the armpit for that switch right there.
You see, right there, it's like you see Keith Lee looking at that arm. He wants that arm. He's reaching for it. It's just that little bit too far away.
What Keith Lee needs to do is to suck him away from the fence. He doesn't want to waste a lot of energy here trying to get the takedown against Stots.
The biggest part, in my opinion, for right now, Keith Lee, is that exit. He wanted to land something really solid on the exit.
That inside leg kick again, going back to, you see Keith Lee just switch stances.
Hands up. That jab. That's why range again.
Hands up, breathe.
You got 2 minutes to work.
Josh, when we do our fighter meetings, Big John has a habit of asking the guys, how's your weight? You know, because it's the day before. The weight cut, Keith Lee wouldn't give an answer, but he did say, lighter than you are, Big John.
He did. Well, that
Let's go, Rob.
Which was very true.
it was lighter for me when I was in the 5th grade.
You interrupted. Good. 1-3 same.
It was a good answer.
But John, Keith's having somewhat of the same problem he had in his last fight. Even though he dominated the fight, he was having a hard time checking the kicks. And I said that, and he got on me in the fighter meetings about it.
But you were right.
A little bit of the same problem in this
You can tell that he's taking damage to, especially that left leg, which now he has to the rear. He's taking damage to it, and it's affecting him in his movement.
But he's dangerous still. He's dangerous.
So he got on you a little bit, Josh. He said that Big John is much larger. He was nice to me.
But there was that 1-3 head kick that his corner told him to do between rounds 2 and 3.
Let's go, Super Stots. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Super Stots getting some motivation from his corner. Under a minute on the clock here in this bantamweight battle.
Man, I am so impressed with the Bantamweight division now in Bellator. It is stacked with a bunch of studs, guys that can fight anybody. You don't have to worry about who you put these guys against. They have the ability on the given night to beat anybody. Nice
Timing
by
on the takedown. It was the timing that got that takedown and made it look easy.
Great job by Keith to get back to his feet.
Let's get that takedown.
Try to grab you all out.
Keep going. Keep doing it. Go again.
The Spaniard owns the belt at 135. Juan Archuleta.
Yep, to the back. Got nothing. Lock your hands.
It's on the neck.
Yep.
There it is. Got nothing. Grab the hand.
15.
15 seconds. Top. Peek out. Peek
Nice
out.
sit through by Keith Lee to get himself out.
Nice knee on that exchange.
Keep going.
Fun fight, just as you thought it would be, John and Josh.
There was a big flurry by Stots. You see him land that beautiful straight left hand. Bunch of shots back and forth. The kick to the body. You see Lee trying to just get a little bit of a reset off of it. There were moments for both guys in this fight. Keith Lee did a beautiful job at times of getting himself off of the cage to open up. But overall, Raufeon Stots was able to keep the fight where he wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. All 3, Michael Bell, Brian Miner, Doug Crosby, seat exactly the same, 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon Stots.
Raufeon Stots, number 7th ranked Josh Hill. Let's go to the numbers, John.
If you look at the tail of the tape, the one big difference you're going to see is there is a large difference in that reach, 72.5 to 66.5 for Josh Hill.
Once again, here's Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here at Bellator 258, the time has come to conclude the prelims with 3 5-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 5'6", weighing in 136 pounds even. His professional record, 20 wins, 3 losses, from Fonthill, Ontario, Canada, presenting the gentleman, Josh Hill. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 135.5 pounds. As a professional, 15 victories, just 1 defeat, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by way of Houston, Texas, Raufeon Stots.
Yeah, do it.
In charge, your referee, Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald, the referee for this pivotal matchup. At 135, the bell in round 1. Southpaw Stots in the red gloves, Hill in the blue gloves. Stots' lone loss in his career came in June of 2017 against Merab Dvalishvili via spinning back fist, but he is riding a big wave of momentum again. 7 straight wins, body kick on Hill here in the opening minute.
Body kick, but a nice return by Josh Hill with that right hand.
Hill has Canadian combat sports veteran Crew Alain Hamajan in his corner. The lead, a couple of right hands from Hill, showcasing his speed.
Well, if there's one difference in this fight that I look at, I do believe that Raufeon Stots has the advantage in speed. He's very fast. He's very quick with his movements. His hands are quick. He throws good combinations. What Josh Hill needs to do is he can minimize that speed with his footwork and using combinations.
Just switched stances and landed that right hook, and everything being relative when you're at 135, I think speed is a factor for a lot of these fighters. And Stots now opening up on Hill and attacking the back.
That was a nice job by Stots. Got him off balance. Hill ended up putting his hands down to the ground. Stots goes after him. We'll see if he can get that hook. Stots on the back is very good. He is what we call a top ride position fighter. His top ride position is very tight, heavy.
In 23 previous fights, Hill has yet to be submitted. While 4 of Stots' 15 victories have come via submission. 2 minutes gone here in the opening round.
Josh Hill being very calm and relaxed, holding the hand and glove of Raufeon Stots. He's got to make sure that he's holding the whole hand, not just the glove. But Raufeon just needs to like settle in, use a heavy top pressure on top of him to drive him down towards that canvas area. Right now you're seeing him with that lace on the arm. That's a beautiful technique by Stots. You see again, Josh Hill clamping down onto that glove.
2 minutes.
Raufeon using his head to break the grip of Josh Hill as he's trying to hold on to that wrist area. This is one of those things when you're in that position of Raufeon Stots, you're trying to grapple and you're trying to strike at the same time. You got to find those moments. So I'm going to grapple at this time, and now I'm going to strike.
Meanwhile, Hill on one knee now, looking to get back to his feet.
Nice job by Raufeon Stots. Look at that foot position you're seeing inside there. That's to kick that leg out.
Yeah, wear him out.
Good work by Josh Hill to work himself close to getting back to his feet. A lot of pressure again by Raufeon Stots. Where I said, all that wrestling pedigree, everything that he's had. Got that foot inside to slide that out. All that wrestling pedigree creates a pressure that is very difficult. Everyone says, just stand up. You can't. It just doesn't work that way.
Nice, good idea. Yep, he's good.
Josh Hill in a position, he's on his feet now. He can be knee to the head. That's where you see him putting his hand back down on the ground, making himself a grounded fighter.
Yeah, Stots started wrestling as a junior in high school, a two-time NCAA Division II national wrestling champion. Wrestled at the same school as the UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman, University of Nebraska. I was told it's actually Kearney and not Kearney.
Really?
Yeah. I actually did a show in Kearney. Maurice Smith's last fight, believe it or not, at 52. 25 seconds left here in the opening round, and Raufeon Stots controlling Josh Hill.
He's done a really good job with that control of that wrist on the far side. Trying to get his hook in here.
10.
Dominated position, but did not dominate the fight. Didn't do any real damage. He's going to win this round.
Oh, an immediate wow!
That's what you're looking for.
Bell Stots going for the rear naked choke a little too late.
That's what you're looking for. Here's the end of that round. Look how quick, when all of a sudden there's an opening, you see that arm come down. Watch him just slide that arm right around the neck quickly. Goes for the lock on it. Just not enough time. Round ends. That gets Josh Hill out of a bad.
Get down to business here in the second round against Josh Hill. So we were expecting a dynamic start. Stots was able to take Hill down, control position for the majority of the opening round. Let's see what they have in store for us here in the second.
Well, Josh knows that, you know, I lost that round and I got to get it back. So I expect him to really start to have some pressure towards Raufeon Stots in this round because he knows that he's down in this fight right now.
Nice. Fluid, exactly. Make your right go.
There's a right hand countered by Hill that landed, but Stots coming forward from the southpaw stance with his left hands. Inside leg kick connects for Hill.
Yes, Joshua.
That was a nice job of Joshua as far as what he's doing with his foot positioning. Brought himself to the outside of Raufeon Stots' foot. That's what allowed him to land that right hand.
Yeah, get back in the middle.
Good, you're doing great.
Yep.
350 left.
Let your two go. Let your two go.
Yeah, come back up, down, down, up. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, left hand by Stots connects again. And Hill momentarily went southpaw back to orthodox, and Josh Hill has to find a way to deliver an uptick in his offense, John.
Yeah, he's definitely got to start just turning that RPM level up.
Body kick by Stots.
It's a clean body kick by Raufeon.
Let the right go, let the right go. Yeah!
Nice 1-2 from the southpaw stance of Stots. That right hand by Hill was blocked by Stots. Lead kick. 3 minutes remaining in the second.
We talked about that reach advantage that Raufeon Stots, and it is giving Josh Hill some problems in this fight. The length of Raufeon and where he's able to stand and land shots is giving Hill problems because he cannot touch Raufeon from that distance.
Back inside.
Yeah, upward high.
Yeah!
Good, beautiful. Halfway through the round, Raufeon.
Duke Rufius used to be a broadcast partner of mine when we did Glory Kickboxing. Might as well let him handle the affair here tonight. Here round two.
He's more cheerleading, right?
Isn't that what a coach is supposed to do?
That is what this coach is supposed to do at times.
Blast your hands, Bubba. That's grip.
And
Or go low.
Hill now
Add position.
against the fence, and And he's just failed to get on track. And here we are now with just 2 minutes left in the second.
Yeah, this is right. You know, you can see there's been a difference in Josh Hill that Raufeon Stots has brought out, that he is not comfortable with that southpaw style, and he is not comfortable with that distance and range that Raufeon is able to launch his attack from. He just doesn't feel like he can get back at him.
And again, John, you have 2 top 10 ranked fighters in a division that is really cooking these days in Bellator, taking center stage tonight with Juan Archuleta's maiden voyage as the champion against the #1 ranked Sergio Pettis. But you have to make a statement in that Bellator MMA cage if you want to move up the rankings.
Well, both of these guys are undefeated so far in their careers here in Bellator, but you're seeing that right now, Raufeon's the guy that's leading the dance in this fight. He's the one that's landing the cleaner shots.
Nice, good luck, man.
Final 60 seconds of the middle frame. Stots going to the body with the left hand. Again with that jumping knee avoided by Hill.
Hill landed a little bit of a right hand on that. Wasn't clean, but at least he touched him.
Hill from the southpaw stance. Not throwing many strikes at all.
Well, he's got his back pressed up against the cage, and he's not real comfortable right there. He wants to be able to get more towards the center. He just hasn't figured out the way for him to do it against Raufeon. Raufeon is just marching him down. Every time he takes a step, Raufeon's the guy that's putting his foot where he wants to put it to cut him off, to push when it gets into this position where now they're both, we got a southpaw and an orthodox stance. You're seeing Raufeon keep his foot.
Oh, and the jumping knee by Hill with less than 10 seconds left in the round. Maybe they will deliver the dynamite in the third and final round. They better do something in its final 5 minutes. Third and final round. Did we mention 2 top 10 ranked fighters in the Bellator MMA Bantamweight division? Raufeon Stots in the red gloves, Josh Hill in the blue gloves, both undefeated here in Bellator. Who wants it more?
Let's go, Josh.
Nice, beautiful. Well done, Raufeon. Yes, I like that.
I see what you mean, Josh. Even with the high kick. I don't mean to laugh, but it is. Why not? That's your job, right? You want to, as much as you can influence the judges and everything else,
like,
especially here in a building with, no crowd.
It's like a baseball coach watching you take a strike and go, that was a beautiful swing.
Believe in it. He's good.
Josh Hill really needs to figure out he's got to pick this up. He's got to make a move. He's got to go.
He looks very tight, John.
Yes, he does. He just can't figure out this puzzle that's in front of him, in that he can't get him to back up.
Oh, there's a nice right hand and the knee tap.
That's what I want to see. And
that's exactly what he needs to go after again.
Let's do it again.
There was a Canadian fighter by the name of GSP that used that to great effect.
That same technique.
Yeah. Another one.
Nice.
Go back inside.
Yep. Piece him up with your jab. Yep.
So again, coming up
Got their front rib again.
later tonight on Showtime, Bellator 258 main card will culminate with the Bellator Bantamweight Championship at stake. Juan Archuleta defending the title for the first time against the #1 ranked contender Sergio Pettis. That's coming your way 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Bellator MMA on Showtime. And again, it's interesting. Stots lands the kick. Hill able to catch it on the comeback, but not make him pay.
Well, he did try to make him pay, and that's it.
Trying.
The whole thing is this. You cannot just sit there and say, I took a swing and I missed. I've got to continue on with that. You've got to do something to make something happen right now.
Front kick by Stots.
Hill's biggest problem throughout this fight is he's been on that back foot. He's normally a guy that likes to come forward, likes to put a little bit of pressure. Doesn't come, incredibly fast forward, but being on his back foot, it's
taking a lot of his offense away.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this, the biggest fight of Josh Hill's life. In fact, the biggest fight of both of these fighters' careers. Looking to continue to move up in the rankings on a night where the Bantamweight division is front and center. This is where you want to raise your stock.
Right there, that was a clean right hand by Josh Hill. He needs to go back to it, and he needs to go back to it with an urgency.
And even for Raufeon Stots, very comfortable in just continuing to lead the dance, but not a lot of output in his offense either.
No. In fact, you know, that's, if you're going to say one thing that's want to see out of Raufeon in this fight is, hey, you need to throw more. You need to create more offense so the judges have no doubt. Although, yeah, you were the guy coming forward most of it, you were also the guy landing the cleaner, crisper, and more often thrown shots.
Hill is 34, Stots is 32. This is the time of their career where they want to make the most of it. They have put in many, many years of blood, sweat, and tears. The camp during COVID, not easy. And yet here we are now with 1 minute 20 seconds left. Who wants to make the statement?
Yeah, you're looking to put yourself in the upper echelon of the bantamweight divisions. You got Sergio Pettis and Archuleta fighting for that title tonight. Then you got guys, there goes Josh, at least he's going for that. That was a nice knee.
We got Patchy Mix,
Raufeon Stots,
who picked up a victory here on the prelims.
Magomedov is there. James Gallagher is there. You've got a lot of people that are wanting a shot. You've got to shine. You've got to show that, man, not only do I want the shot, I deserve the shot based upon my...
Wow, good timing on the takedown by Stots, and that perhaps has definitely sealed the deal for Raufeon Stots with 35 seconds left here.
Yeah, we already saw that in the top position. Raufeon was able to control Josh Hill in the first round. He's back to that half guard position. You see Josh Hill working with that underhook, but it's not going to be enough to get him up right now.
Well, he has a lot of energy to talk, maybe.
10 seconds.
Continuing to go as Stots with an elbow on Hill. And this fight goes the distance.
Clean break. Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your 3 judges. All 3, Jacob Montalvo, Mike Beltran, Marcel Varela. All have it exactly the same, 30-27. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon Stots.
Clean sweep for Raufeon Stots on the scorecards. He's won 8 straight.
Our tail of the tape for this incredibly close bantamweight matchup. Look at the records here, Moro. 18-1 for the Tiger, Magomedov, and 16-1 for Raufeon Stots. It says it all.
And here's another #1, Michael C. Williams.
Here at Mohegan Sun Arena live on Showtime, Bellator MMA now features 3 5-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Introducing the blue corner. At 5'7", weighing in 136 pounds, nearly perfect as a professional, 16 wins, just 1 loss. By way of Houston, Texas, he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Raufeon Stots. And across the cage, his adversary fights out of the red corner. At 5'7", weighing in 135.75 pounds, near perfect as well. He stands with 18 professional victories, only 1 defeat from Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia. Introducing Magomed Tiger Magomedov. And the referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson in charge of this pivotal matchup at 135. Magomedov 2-0 with a rear naked choke win in Bellator, 18-1 overall. Stots 4-0 with 1 rear naked choke in Bellator, 16-1 overall. The bell in round 1. Magomedov in the red gloves, Stots in the blue. Stots fighting out of the southpaw stance. And it's Magomedov who tests the waters early with the low kick. Ooh, spinning back fist. Making sure Stots is paying attention early, John. Oh, high head kick.
That's good. That's exactly what Raufeon needs to do. He needs to put Magomed on his back foot. If he can keep Magomed stepping off of that back foot, that's going to slow down the takedowns that Magomed utilizes so well. Already both guys talking.
Magomedov representing the Dagestan Fighter Club. As we mentioned, Stots representing Rufus Sport, the home of the current Bellator Bantamweight champion Sergio Pettis. #1 ranked contender is the former champion Juan Archuleta. And #2 is Patchy Mix. And you are seeing #3 Magomedov against #4 Raufeon Stots. And Magomedov with the level change, and Stots lightning quick to go down low.
And hit back, very good.
Duke Rufus on the left of your screen.
Scott Cushman on the right.
Yeah, beautiful. The kick will be there.
When we were looking at this fight, this is exactly what we knew was going to happen in the beginning. Both these guys are so good. There's going to be this feeling out process, but this is going to start to expand.
Spinning back kick to the midsection by Magomedov.
And it's so hard. Magomedov, his first professional fight was in 2011. This is a guy that grew up fighting. At 5 years of age, he started basically what we talk about as MMA.
And Magomedov coming off a rear naked choke victory over C.J. Hamilton at Bellator 255 this past April. Both come in riding waves of momentum and want to keep their winning streaks going, knowing full well how deep the division is and how critical a loss can be.
One of the things you're seeing right now that is very important in this fight for Raufeon Stots is he is able at this time to control the center of the cage. He's the one, when there is some movement, he's the one that's coming forward. He's able right at this time to actually, for the most part, keep Magomedov towards his back foot.
You might be able to take the rest of this fight off. It seems like they're doing a lot of commentating of their own.
They definitely are speaking to each other.
Magomedov feinting, trying to get Stots to commit in hopes of landing a scintillating counterattack. Meanwhile, Stots pawing him with the jab. There's another feint with the knee by Magomedov. Magomedov trying to utilize the strike to change levels and get the takedown. Now has a single leg.
This right here. Let's see what he does with this. Let's see how Raufeon's able to stop it, because he knows that if Magomed gets those hands clasped together with both legs, he's definitely going to go for a ride.
Stots began wrestling as a junior in high school, was a two-time NCAA Division II national champion, 2012 and 13, wrestling for University of Nebraska Kearney, the same school Kamaru Usman wrestled at. So Stots has the wrestling credentials, so does Magomedov.
Yeah, there's just a difference in the wrestling. They do it differently, and that's the question of how does Stots, when he gets in this position with Magomedov, what does he do to stop what Magomedov is so good at?
And congratulations to the United States wrestling team. Won 9 medals at the Olympics, more than any other country in Tokyo. Every competitor from the men's freestyle team captured a medal, including a pair of golds from heavyweight phenom Gable Stevenson and former Penn State standout David Taylor. And on the women's side, Tamyra Mensah-Stock made history as the first black woman to win gold in wrestling for the United States.
She was fantastic, but that was a very telling moment right there. Magomed was not able to bring Raufeon Stots to the ground. Raufeon was able to get himself out, did not receive any damage. Beautiful kick body, and Raufeon coming with the
takedown by Stots and has the back of Magomedov in the late stages of the opening round.
This was right. This was a telling moment right here. Magomed getting in on the leg, but he was only able to get to a single leg. He tries to elevate it up, bring it up in a treetop position. Raufeon fights it off. Look at that, post on the head, pushes him back, and then comes with his own takedown. Nice little double leg takedown, gets position. Takedown 1-0, Raufeon Stots.
Bell in round 2, Stots said that, yeah, people are going to think it's all talk and he's trying to hype himself up, but Stots told us he truly believes he is better than Magomedov everywhere. He feels stronger than him, faster than him, bigger than him, and he feels like his technique is superior to Tiger Magomedov, who would refute all of the things I've just said.
Every one of them.
Had a chance to visit with Magomedov and his camp earlier this week. Very congenial, affable individuals with an incredible love for the sport and a scintillating attack by Magomedov.
Yeah, but when he makes attacks like you just saw, Raufeon Stots needs to take advantage of him because he overextended on that but did not pay the price for it.
And the single leg picked up again by Magomedov, and it was thwarted the first time by Stots. In fact, Magomedov 0 for 4 in the takedown department thus far, while Stots is 1 for 1. 1 minute gone in the second.
And this is where Stots needs to figure out, I cannot just sit there. That was a beautiful spinning elbow.
Counter right hand by Stots.
Beautiful spinning elbow by Magomed, and then a beautiful counter right like you were talking about, Moro, by Raufeon Stots. You see Magomed coming right back into pressing and clinching Stots up against the cage.
Magomedov, proud married father of a son and daughter. For Stots, he grew up in Houston, Texas, lost his mother, Rosemary, as a teenager, channeled his grief into wrestling and became mixed martial arts, and now he's fighting from his back against Magomedov, who has tremendous top position.
And notice what we were talking about, those hands got clinched together, and even when he took him down, the hands are still clinched together. That's the difference with the Dagestanis. They're able to control that position. Beautiful reversal by Raufeon Stots.
By Raufeon Stots, some would say that was SUPA. I think I'm the guy that would say that, John.
That was beautiful. I loved it. But Raufeon Stots now, he's got the double unders. Actually, you see that Magomed's got his arm inside. They're in a 50-50 position here.
And Magomedov now turning the tables as Stots creates separation again, fighting out of the southpaw stance. High-level mixed martial arts. Number 3 ranked Magomedov. Number 4 ranked Stots. Putting it all on the line here tonight.
The one difference you're seeing in this round, you're seeing Magomed has made the adjustment of he is coming forward more than he did in the first round. Stots needs to change that. He needs to get back to being more offensive in this open area.
Magomedov started training MMA at 17, made his pro MMA debut in April of 2011. For Stots, he picked up MMA training at the age of 22 with Jens Lil Evil Pulver. Made his pro MMA debut in May of 2015. Boy, Jens Pulver had himself a Hall of Fame career.
Jens Pulver, one of the pioneers of the sport, the first light heavyweight champion of the sport. Excuse me, lightweight champion of the sport. This is a guy that fought everywhere. Japan, here in the States, he is a legend.
A minute and a half left here in the middle frame. Very much a tactical affair. There's a rear front kick by Stots, and they are looking at trying to find the openings. And there is the shot by Magomedov, and stymied by Stots. One loads a punch kick combination.
That's the type of counter that Raufeon Stots needs to utilize every time.
Good takedown.
Magomed comes in.
Employed by Stots.
You have got to make Magomed pay for those attempts at bringing you to the ground.
You know, Josh Thompson calls himself a nerd. The former 2-time champion has amazing IQ for the fight game. And I know he's salivating at the fight desk watching this unfold.
Oh, we talked about this. We said it's going to be like two just mean hamsters going after each other with just incredible technique. That right there that you see Raufeon Stots, that jab, he needs to start going to it more. He needs to start opening up.
Overhand right, left hand by Magomedov. 30 seconds left in the second round. Oh, spinning back fist that's blocked by Stots.
Very flashy technique. Little clash of the heads by both.
Speed on display. Final 10 seconds of the second. We are flying through this critical 135-pound battle in the Bellator Bantamweight division.
Here comes Magomed trying to pull him off of the cage. Gets him over, but is unable to do anything with the position. It's a beautiful reversal and a step over by Raufeon Stots. Look at him bring his body backside on it. Now he's got the back. That's just the athleticism, and then the little striking exchanges. Beautiful sprawl by Raufeon Stots, and then comes after him with offense. Love it.
These two world-class athletes putting the mixed martial arts third and final round. How do you have it after 10 minutes on your unofficial scorecard, BJM?
I'm telling you right now, this fight could be going either way. Right now, I believe that Raufeon Stots is the one that's landed the better strikes overall, and I think he's got the takedowns as far as what we're seeing. It's close, though. The judges could go either way.
We talk about their striking. Stots. We sing the praises of Duke Roufus at Roufus Sport. Magomedov has worked with another noted striking coach, Mark Henry, as we look at total strikes landed.
Total strikes landed very close, 23-21. It's the difference in the power that they've landed. Like that shot right there, that was a beautiful right hand. That just popped Magomed.
As good as advertised, as close as expected. Switch kick by Magomedov.
See, that's a switch kick that hits the arm. That does not score. Beautiful sprawl. He needs to make him pay. This is what I'm talking about. When he goes for that nice ankle pick.
Beautifully executed by Stots, and he grabs Magomedov's back.
He's got a hook in now. Magomed turning. He's got a choke. That hand that he's supposed to lock it down, that needs to get behind the head. It is not in a position.
Rear naked choke wins. All 4 of Stots' submission wins have come via this form of choke.
And if you're going to go palm to palm, bury your hands into the ground so he cannot attack and pull him off.
Magomedov has never been stopped.
Raufeon needs to get that left hook. He's got his leg just sitting there. He's only holding him with the right hook. Magomed could spin and end up on top. Now he's got both hooks.
The crowd screaming in support for Raufeon SUPA Stots, fighting out of Milwaukee by way of Houston.
Raufeon Stots can take that right arm, start climbing it up his shoulder to continue the pressure on the neck.
And for
Magomedov's going to what we call a baseball grip on that arm to keep that locking arm from being able to put into place. But look at what Raufeon's doing. That arm is in place. If he can climb that up his shoulder, he can make that choke work.
The subtle techniques of mixed martial arts on display. Raufeon Stots with more than enough time left in the fight as we have reached the midway point of the 3rd round, still fishing for his 5th rear naked choke victory, and by far the biggest of his blossoming career.
Oh, this is the biggest fight of his career by far. He has faced good competition, but Magomedov is top tier. This guy is special, and you're seeing right now, this position, he's starting to lose it. He needs to think about position.
And instead, Magomedov now takes over in top position, immediately tries to neutralize the arm.
And that right there tells you that Raufeon Stots' arms got tired, and he settled for this. He should never have settled for this. He should have felt, I was losing the position. Let me not worry about the neck, and let me get back to a position where I can control.
For Magomedov, he did his entire camp in Toms River, New Jersey with Mark Henry. And now coming up on the final 90 seconds of the fight. Who wants it more? Who wants to move up? What is a loaded bantamweight division here in Bellator MMA?
Magomed really now in half guard, really trying to control this. You see him going for that wrist. He loves to control and lace that arm over so he can start opening up with punches.
And Stots active off his back, trying to shrimp, trying to escape. Magomedov.
He can get himself, he needs to get to his hand. There you see his hand on the ground. Now you can start moving yourself up, but he needs to be careful of his neck.
Final minute left. Magomedov with 8 submissions, half of them via guillotine choke. 45 seconds left in this fight. Highly competitive affair between Magomedov and Raufeon Stots. Stots looking for the back to escape.
Beautiful take. Be careful of his arm. Magomedov can go for the armbar.
And he's got 2 armbar wins on his resume.
Beautiful take in the back by
Magomedov and Raufeon Stots. High-level mixed martial arts. The final 15 seconds. And both Magomedov and Stots have worked for every single second of what has been
when you watch the arm.
A 15-minute encounter. They go to the judges, and many of the fans here in the Mohegan Sun on their feet, showcasing their approbation for 2 of the best at 135.
Take a look. This is the takedown attempt by Magomedov. He shoots in Stots. Beautiful sprawl. And then controls the head position and drives him forward, grabbing the ankle, gets the ankle, picks him over, goes for the back, gets one leg in, eventually gets his other hook, and it is as far as the level of who was in danger, Magomedov was in much more danger during that 3rd round than Raufeon Stots ever was. That's the difference in the round, and that's why I say Raufeon Stots should be the winner of this fight.
You know who the winner is? Fans who watch
fans who are watching it.
High-level mixed martial arts.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first, Marcel Varela, scores the fight 29-28, while judges Brian Miner and David Hagan both see it the same, 30-27. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon Stots.
Let's go! Best in the world!
He definitely deserves his flowers after that performance, and his mom, Rosemary, looking down and smiling on her baby boy, Raufeon. Let's go to Big John.
I want that title. Plus, oh, my bad.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Raufeon Stots, and I just want to say that's what MMA is all about. That was a fight between 2 guys that absolutely are at the top of their game. How are you feeling after getting that win?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling like I got a lot of new Russian fans out there that been calling me monkey and all type of stuff. How y'all doing now?
Let's talk about your idea as far as your wrestling. He kept shooting in, trying for the single leg. He did get you down at one time, and you did a beautiful reversal, stepping over his body and ending up on his back.
I never claimed to be the best wrestler in MMA, but y'all better stop sleeping on my wrestling. I'm a 2-time national champion for a reason, okay? American wrestling, we ain't playing around with Dagestan, no matter. And I got the Nigerian power backing me. Ain't nobody stopping me in the wrestling division. I'm the best wrestler in the division.
3rd round, you had the ability. You almost got the choke set in. How close did you think it was?
I could hear him like gurgling and breathing, but I couldn't get my other arm freaking. I got to work on that with my homie Chris Wright. I got to work on that, and you know I'm going to work on it, and I'll be better next time. Ain't nobody going to get out of that motherfucker.
All right, let's talk about your teammate, Sergio Pettis, carries the belt in the Bantamweight division. You just put yourself in a position to possibly fight for it. Tell me what you want.
Hey, what I would love is, what y'all think about a Bantamweight $1 million tournament? Yeah, hey, let me fight Magomed again. Let's do a tournament because I want all the smoke. If I have to fight Sergio, you know I love you. We just got to do it. But if not, let's do a Bantamweight tournament.
I want to congratulate you on an incredible win. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, Raufeon SUPA Stots.
Let's go.
My name's Juan Archuleta. My fight name, The Spaniard, actually came from my coach, Joe Daddy Stevenson. He was like, man, you're like the movie The Gladiator. You're always asking me, were you not entertained?
Juan, the Spaniard Archuleta.
I'm Raufeon Stots. I feel like every performance for Bellator, I was able to show out on the stage I was given.
Big flurry by Stots.
This is just a bigger stage and an opportunity for me to really shine and show what I'm made of.
That definitely sealed the deal for Raufeon Stots.
But I am the future of MMA. I am the dark horse of this community.
It's so excited to get my hands on some people. So excited to get this thing cracking and feel the pressure of the moment.
My message for the Bantamweight division is you better be sharpening your tools and be ready and be well prepared. I bring non-stop action.
When I get in the cage, as always, I'm confident and fearless in all that I do. You're gonna see me dominate, excite, and finish every in this tournament.
Let's go!
Are you not entertained?
As we go to the tail of the tape for this Bantamweight World Grand Prix quarterfinal matchup.
You see across the board, everything is very close except for the reach. A little bit different, but look at 25-3. The experience, 17-1, shows how good Raufeon Stots is. This is going to be a battle between two of the best.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA returns now to the $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix for fight number 2 of the quarter-final round. Tonight's co-main event will be 5 5-minute rounds for the interim Bellator Bantamweight World Championship. We introduce first the blue corner. At 5'7", weighing in 135 pounds. In his first ever world title fight, he enters with 17 professional victories, just 1 loss, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin by way of Houston, Texas, Raufeon Stots. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'7", weighing in 134.6 pounds, the former Bellator Bantamweight World Champion holds a professional record including 25 victories, 3 defeats. Fighting out of Hesperia, California, Juan the Spaniard Archuleta. In charge, your referee Mike Beltran.
Bring it in. All right, gentlemen, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell coming out, handle your business. Let's go.
Each tournament bout scheduled for 5 rounds using the ABC Unified Rules. A professional MMA fighter wins the tournament bout. They'll advance to the next stage of a bout involving, well, tonight, the vacant title, the interim title, I should say, is up for grabs. So I want to tell you that if this fight ends via no contest or draw, the judges' additional ballot will determine who advances, but the title will remain vacant. And immediately, Archuleta coming forward on Stots, and Stots tagging Archuleta. Nice 1-2, boy. They are definitely swinging hard early. And Archuleta stumbles forward. Man, they are coming out gangbusters and wanting to make it a short fight.
There is no feeling out process. Both guys have been throwing big leather. Nice straight right hand
that landed for Archuleta. Level change and looking for the takedown. The sprawl by Stots.
Archuleta got him up in the air, and Raufeon Stots, like a cat, landed on his feet.
Amazing.
But Archuleta now with Raufeon has him up against the cage. And this is one of the things that makes Archuleta different than a lot of guys that come from that wrestling background. Archuleta will actually break off of this and land something. He'll purposely break off just to land a big strike. We'll see if he does that or if he continues on and trying to put Raufeon's back to the canvas. Raufeon being smart as far as just attacking with these little shots just to irritate Juan. Juan wants to take away that posting right hand of Raufeon. Right now, his hands are not in a position to do it based upon where. There you go. You see him grabbing for that wrist. Unable to get it.
And both back up to their feet now with Archuleta putting the pressure on Stots. Stots with the overhook, fighting for the opportunity to try to get the dominant position. A foot stomp, a couple from Archuleta, but Stots has to try to create separation. Get away from the fence.
Archuleta talked about going back to school, going to colleges and wrestling with all the guys there. He says it was humbling. I was getting my butt kicked by all these kids, but it brought me back to what was my base, and my wrestling improved by leaps and bounds. He believes it's going to be a big difference for him here tonight.
Yeah, Archuleta spent time wrestling with Danny Sabatello, who of course booked passage to the Grand Prix last night with a win over Jornel Lugo. He will face Leandro Higo and Enrique Barzola, also making it to the tournament.
Archuleta wants to bring him to the backside there, trying to hold that leg with his. He's got the single leg going. You see Raufeon doing a nice job digging his arm underneath that chin area. Now he's trying to push the head down into that flying knee. Nice job by Raufeon Stots.
And Stots able to create separation. A minute left. It's Archuleta bringing the offense. Combinations. Straight left by Stots, but Archuleta again closes the gap. Throwing punches.
Archuleta's got a cut next to his left eye. Clashed heads again. Don't know how the cut occurred.
And there's the timing and the takedown by Stots, immediately getting the back of Archuleta. Stots has 4 submission wins.
Nice job of trying to roll through by Archuleta. Stots in good position here, heavy hip ride.
All 4 of his wins via rear naked choke, but time running out here at the end of the first round. Set for round 2. Former champion Juan Archuleta. And Raufeon Stots looking to extend his winning streak to 10.
Nice clean left hand by Raufeon Stots there. Raufeon needs to really start to just open up. That was a good.
That's Archuleta who's opening up on Stots.
Yep. Archuleta's got that pressure coming forward. He's putting Stots on his back foot.
Stots ducked underneath the right hand, looking for the takedown, defended by the Purdue alum. Right hand to the body by Archuleta. 1-2 from Stots, but Archuleta with the better counter. Pressure being put on by Juan Archuleta. And Stots trying to pick him off. Body kick by Stots. Right hand. So now the fight is becoming just that here in the first minute of the second, John.
They're both going after this. A lot of body shots by Juan Archuleta. He's going up and down. Stots, for the most part, headhunting on Archuleta.
Lead right hand, but Archuleta using it to set up the shot, but defended by Stots as they fight along the fence. Threw away the right hand, was looking for the takedown, and now the whizzer employed by Stots.
Stots remaining real heavy on that wizard. You see Archuleta using his head, trying to displace the head, weakening Raufeon Stots in the position.
Stots creating the separation again from the southpaw stance. Pressure on that. Leaning on that front foot and fishing for the jab. Reaching the midway point of the second round as Archuleta resetting, utilizing footwork. Comes in looking to go to the body, almost got caught with a knee. Archuleta putting together punches, but then walks right into that well-timed shot by...
Beautiful wizard.
Yes, Stots, but a nice wizard employed by Archuleta. Again unloading. He's still trying to go for the takedown.
Archuleta's working for the takedown more, but a lot of what he's doing is he's trying to tire out the arms of Raufeon Stots. All this wrestling, although Stots comes from a wrestling background, you have to do this consistently to be able to stay with it. And the pressure that Juan Archuleta is bringing right now, it can wear out anybody. And Raufeon Stots just trying to hold on and keep himself from going down. There's a lot of use of his arms. They can get real heavy. Raufeon trying to dig that underhook with his right arm. At least wants to put that hand towards bicep control so he can push the arm of Archuleta to the side. Nice wrist control there. Archuleta digging that underhook. Nice job by Archuleta.
Under a minute left in the second.
Archuleta's got double unders now. He's got the ability to have control of the upper body of Raufeon Stots. Now he's back to the single leg.
Base and Stots trying to defend the single leg takedown attempt by Archuleta with 30 seconds now left in the second round. Elbows by Stots, balancing on one leg. Another elbow to the body by Raufeon SUPA Stots.
Got to be impressed with the defensive wrestling of Raufeon Stots. Archuleta has worked really hard. Nice elbows attack right there.
Bell, round number 3. Right uppercut delivered by Archuleta. Stots trying to land the counter left. Oh,
he's out.
Archuleta's down. Stots. It's over. Raufeon SUPA Stots advances to the semifinals and is the new interim Bantamweight champion with his 10th consecutive win, becoming the first person to knock out Juan Archuleta.
Big shot by Raufeon Stots. That was explosive. Juan Archuleta had been doing very well in the stand-up. Juan does not know what happened. He is arguing right now about that stoppage. He was out.
It was a knee.
Yeah. Look at his leg. He hits the ground. He gets put out right there. Raufeon actually hits him and brings him back. That knee. Never saw it. You see his leg go stanky on him right there. Out. Big shot by Raufeon Stots. It was supposed to be a kick, and we've seen this many times before. The knee lands. A lot of weight behind that knee. Big elbow strike.
Raufeon Stots, a product of Rufus Sport, but has trained in Las Vegas. And there he is celebrating with Scott Cushman of Rufus Sport, but has trained in Las Vegas at Extreme Couture.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end 16 seconds into round number 3. By knockout, he advances to the semifinal round of the Bantamweight World Grand Prix as the interim Bellator Bantamweight World Champion, Raufeon Stots.
Thank you.
Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
I can say that too.
Let me say something for the Hawaiian people. Let me say something. Yes, sir! Who like party? I appreciate all the love in Hawaii. I love it. Thank you. Chee-hoo! Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the new interim Bantamweight champion, Raufeon Stots. Anything else you want to say?
Hey, y'all, I'm coming. Hey, if you want some, come get some. Want us to call me the bully? You got right. I'm a bully in here. I'm nasty with it. If you want some, come get some.
You threw a kick, but it was your knee that hit him that really hurt him. Did you know when it landed that he was that hurt?
Yeah, when that did the stanky leg, I say, oh, time to get his oh, got this. So I had to go in and finish the job.
How surprised were you that he tried to out-wrestle you through a lot of this?
Man, I wasn't expecting him to think I was going to wrestle, so that was like, it was amazing. And the people I trained with at Extreme Couture really came at me wrestling, so I was like comfortable, you know what I mean? But that was a hell of a game plan, you know? People don't really come at wrestling at me, so I love it, you know? It's kind of my wheelhouse, but he did a great job. He did a great job beginning of the fight.
I just want to tell you, that gold looks really good around your waist. Congratulations, Raufeon Stots. Go ahead, baby.
Nice shot, stand up! Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the champ, Raufeon Stots. Keys to victory for Raufeon Stots is use your speed, son. You are fast. Never stop in a wrestling exchange until you are on top or out of his grasp.
Let's go, baby. What's up?
And here we are, set for the tail of the tape, the main event. Who will face Patchy Mix in the final? Here are the numbers, John.
Just take a look at it. 18-1 for Raufeon Stots, 13-1 for Danny Sabatello. Doesn't get any better.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime from Mohegan Sun Arena. The time has come to conclude our double main event to wrap up the semifinals of the $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix. We'll go now to 5-minute rounds for the interim Bellator Bantamweight World Championship. First, introducing the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 135 pounds even after the wild card victory and dominant opening round, he brings a near-perfect professional record of 13-1, ranked at number 6. He fights out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by way of Chicago, Illinois, presenting the challenger, Danny, the Italian Gangster Sabatello. And across the cage, the champion fights out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in 134.4 pounds. After the opening round knockout victory, secured the title. Tonight, he makes his first defense as he too enters nearly perfect, bringing 18 professional victories, just 1 defeat. He fights out of Houston, Texas. He is the defending interim Bellator Bantamweight World Champion, Raufeon Stots. And And the referee in charge, Blake Grice.
Easy, gentlemen, you know the rules. I do expect a clean fight. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now.
You nervous?
Back up.
Of course, they're not going to touch gloves. An electric atmosphere for this emotionally charged main event.
Stay right there.
High stakes. Raufeon Stots with 2 first-round finishes. Danny Sabatello with 6 first-round finishes.
Back up over there. Are you ready? Ready, fight!
Bellator Bantamweight World Grand Prix final about to be set. Stots or Sabatello to meet Patchy Mix for the tournament championship and the $1 million bonus check, and immediately Sabatello attacks the body with a kick.
I like to say all the time it was over, but that would be a lie.
Stots worked at Rufus Sport with the current Bantamweight champion Sergio Pettis, was supposed to face Pettis in the quarterfinals. There's a level change sprawl by Stots already. Stots defending. Takedown attempt by Sabatello.
Saw the positional change. Stots was controlling that center of the ring, pushing Sabatello's back to the fence when he went down on one knee. Sabatello changed position. Stots was close to the fence. That's when he shot in.
Mentioned that Stots worked with Sergio Pettis at Rufus Sport, as Sabatello does secure his first takedown. But then Stots moved to Extreme Couture, now working in his hometown of Houston with Eve Edwards, and Danny Sabatello has his back. Well, the Sabatello fan club dropping F-bombs of their own, John.
Getting a little high, but he's in a good position. You notice how he grabbed the leg to keep himself from being tossed over the top. Sabatello being very smart with his hands where he's putting them. He's got a heavy hook right here. Just going to try to hold position. Try to maintain that back. Break. Raufeon Stots down into the grounded position.
Another pick-up matchup. Stots a little more fight experience, both well-rounded. Stots with 4 knockouts, 4 submissions. Sabatello with 3 KOs and 4 submissions. And Sabatello continues trying to control Stots from his back.
Stots pushing down on that arm. What he's trying to do is slide his other arm around so he can get to grabbing into Sabatello's body. He's unable to do it.
Stots trying to break the grip. Past the midway point of the opening round.
Sabatello doing a really nice job of body positioning. He's flowing with everything that Raufeon Stots is doing. He defend. He's flowing into the next position.
Rolling forward, perhaps. Oh, escape. He went with the Libra attempt, but it's Sabatello goes south, sprawling.
Sabatello almost with the cradle. Take a look at the leg there and see with the head. He's got that cradle position, lets the head go.
Again, captain of the Purdue wrestling team, and in fact, former Bellator champ Juan Archuleta, who replaced Sergio Pettis in the Grand Prix, was ousted by Stots. He too wrestled at Purdue. Sabatello's coach, Mike Brown,
flatten him out.
yelling out instructions, wanting to slam Stots out.
Beautiful job with the wizard by Stots.
And Stots turns the table. Stots now trying to take the back of Sabatello. Now it's scramble.
Man, there's a lot of energy going on right now, Mauro. These guys are going for it. But this is part of Danny Sabatello's plan. He believes that conditioning is another weapon. It's another tool he can use to break down Stots.
Well, he said he thought that the pressure was going to result in Stots trying to take him out early, which would cause him to fatigue. Instead, it's the wrestling of Sabatello who's trying to drain that gas tank early for Stots. surprise when it comes to Danny Sabatello's strategy. 1 for 2 in the takedown department. They jockey for position. Not a lot of striking offense, but Sabatello putting the pressure on Stots as we head to round 2. From Sabatello when it comes to wrestling. Here we go with round number 2. Big John has the unofficial scorecard. How did you adjudicate the first 5 minutes?
In that, with Sabatello controlling mostly where that fight is going to take place in the grappling realm. I have Danny Sabatello up to that. Talking about control that center. Part of their game plan is keep Sabatello's back to the fence. That way, if he shoots, you have all that room to work within.
Convivial atmosphere here to wrap up the Bellator MMA year with Stots supporters, Sabatello supporters. There's the shot from Sabatello, stuffed by Stots. And Stots corner, that's Eve Edwards on the left, Eric Nixick on the right.
It's a nice right hand by Danny Sabatello.
Jab right there. Keep your jab in his mouth. Straight stuff, straight stuff. Straight stuff to start.
And I know that Raufeon is worried about Danny shooting, but he's got to throw more than just the one. He's got to throw in combinations. That's what'll catch him.
You said go, go!
You said go! Part of that is Danny does not want there to be a break. Again, it's the conditioning. He believes that he can push Raufeon past that point of the comfort zone. That's a tool.
Remember Stots. Oh, nice right uppercut on the exit. Stots came from behind to knock out Juan Archuleta. Meanwhile, Sabatello proved he can go 5 rounds against Leandro Higo. And there again, Stots shooting, or excuse me, Sabatello. Stots shot, stops it.
Stots should be moving his feet, circling out right now, get his back away from that cage.
And again, another takedown attempt that is denied by Stots. 1 for 6 now for Danny Sabatello in the takedown department. To put Stots on his back.
Very nicely done by Danny Sabatello. Got those underhooks. Nice rotation to get him down. Raufeon Stots not used to being on his back in an MMA fight.
Stots attempting to escape now. Accepting this position. But for Danny Sabatello, proud to be the proverbial wet blanket in terms of just smothering you in top position. Now transitions to the back. Good escape there by
a beautiful reshoot by Danny Sabatello. Those elbows right there, those are key for Raufeon Stots. In this position, when you get the opportunity to land any kind of strike, Raufeon Stots needs to make Danny pay for this attempt at the takedown.
Final minute, and again, Sabatello looking to take the back of Raufeon Stots, but against the fence with 50 seconds left in the second.
John, what do you see? Danny Sabatello's got that. You can look towards a lot of different types of things like a twister, but his leg is in a position. Look out for that knee bar. Knee bar is
holds in place.
Raufeon Stots attempting the knee bar. Danny Sabatello.
And extend that leg.
Sabatello slips out, immediately goes back on top. So Raufeon Stots searching for the submission in the latter stages of the second round, but he'll end the round with Danny Sabatello on his back. And let's check in with Bellator Bantamweight champion Sergio Pettis. What are your thoughts on what you've seen thus far, champ?
And it's been a good fight. Obviously, Sabatello's getting to his bread and butter, that wrestling. Raufeon's doing a good job at stopping the takedown shots. I apologize. But he's got to fight the inside a little bit better. Fight the inside, not let Danny come up into the underhooks. So far, I got Danny up a little bit.
Thanks a lot, Sergio. Let's listen into Sabatello's corner.
Another thing we got to do, throw a little bit of punches. It doesn't have to be hard, but you do it, you do it, you do it.
Here you go, Danny Sabatello landed a beautiful right hand right there. Nice, clean shot. This was a clean, beautiful uppercut right here, right on the temple by Raufeon Stots. Here was that takedown. The real question is, what did Danny Sabatello do in this position? He got caught in the knee bar. Everything was going on here, but he did at least push the pace. Pressure, pressure, pressure on Raufeon Stots.
That's Danny Sabatello's MO, pushing the pace, putting the pressure on, securing the takedowns, and then wearing you down. And John, your scorecard, you have it even after 2.
I do. You take a look. Raufeon Stots actually landed the better striking by far in the second round. He was the one with the submission attempt. Had a lot of control from Danny Sabatello. That ain't going to win the fight.
That body kick countered by a two-punch combination by Raufeon Stots. And Stots leads with the right hook, left hand. Fighting out of the southpaw stance, backing up. Sabatello, so Stots putting on pressure, sprawls on the takedown attempt by Sabatello.
Now you see Raufeon Stots on his knee. He knows that he cannot be knee to the face in that position. He's got his head off to the side. So we stand down a knee. Cannot do that.
His knee's down. Come right over here. Hey, come here for me. I don't think it was hard to hurt you, but I'm not gonna let that happen. Stand right there.
See where that knee is. That makes him a grounded fighter.
It was a glancing blow. It wasn't hard, but his knee was down, so we got to watch that, okay?
I do not think that Blake Rice is going to take any points. But Danny Sabatello cannot knee him at that point. He's got to go to the body or stay away from the knees altogether.
Fight
resumes. It's past 1 minute gone here in round 3. 3 for 10 in the takedown department for Sabatello. Stots beginning to mix up his striking attack with punches and kicks.
There's a nice kick that Danny Sabatello slipped in there, though. Stots starting to stuff the takedowns.
Stuffed 8 of them. Kick by Sabatello continues to flash it, but hasn't earned any reward yet. That left hand landed for Stots, and immediately Sabatello went for the takedown as Stots has the edge in the striking.
If Stots starts to use that jab, follow it up with that straight left hand.
There's that kick.
That's what we're talking about.
Knocked out Archuleta. And in fact, in his career, Danny Sabatello has a head kick KO as well. There's a nice stiff jab from the southpaw stance by Stots.
As you said, Danny Sabatello's only loss was due to body blows. That left kick to the liver, that is a dangerous weapon.
Left hand lands for Sabatello, midway point of the 3rd. Patchy mix. Watching on after dispatching Magomedov. And now Stots goes for the takedown. Level change, defended along the fence by Sabatello. And in fact, according to our stats, that's the first takedown attempt by Raufeon Stots.
And he definitely got that takedown. Danny tried to slide through it, wasn't able to. trying to work his way back to his feet, but he needs to be careful about giving his back.
And Stots has Sabatello. Cross side position, outside control.
See, an inside control position, a lot of guys don't like it because you have to use your arms to help control the body. It's tough to get your legs in position. That's like what the crucifix will do. It'll help control the body with the use of the legs.
And now Stots looking to go to full mount, but instead back to north-south, and Sabatello gets back up to a vertical base. Knee up the middle by Stots, controlling Sabatello's head. Crowd screaming for knees. Sabatello has the hook in, looking to take Stots back. Under a minute left in the third.
The only thing I can look at when I see that change of position like that is that Raufeon Stots is getting a little bit tired.
Sabatello's attempted 14 takedowns, has secured 4.
Stott needs to get his head off to the side. Get your head high. It's your way of getting to a better position against your opponent. Head high here will win.
So, not surprisingly, Stots with the advantage in the striking department. Sabatello with the edge in the wrestling department. Something's got to give, Big John.
Problem for Danny Sabatello. Yeah, he's getting tired. But every time he gets into the grappling situation, he's holding. He's not doing any damage.
Another left head kick delivered by Stots as we go to the fourth.
Ready, fight.
Fourth round underway. How do you have it on your unofficial scorecard, John?
Unofficially, I have Raufeon Stots up right now, 29-28. Big thing that I'm seeing out of Sabatello, he's getting those takedowns at times, and he's getting to positions where he can control. He's doing 0 damage. He controls the last thing that you get credit for. It is effective striking and effective grappling.
And Sabatello just out of range when it comes to his striking. Jab by Stots up front, kick again. She's away from the lead, face of Stots lead. Stiff jab there by Stots, and Sabatello lands a right.
Almost turned that over as a hook.
Sprawl by Stots, knee by Sabatello. Sabatello again shoots, but this time able to go and immediately trying to transition to scramble. There's a control by Sabatello.
Yeah, got a cradle position here. Sabatello did a beautiful job of reshooting and then reshooting again. That's why he's so tenacious in that attack. See, cradles are a great technique for pitting your opponent in wrestling, but in MMA, it's not going to do anything except get you in the position.
Stots said that Sabatello's the most one-dimensional fighter in Bellator, but that one dimension has served him well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys that are pretty one-dimensional, awfully good in the sport of MMA by being so good that you can't stop that one thing.
The age-old question, right? Good at a bunch of things or great at one?
That's it. Sabatello right now reaching through. He's looking for that anaconda choke. Not sure if he's going to get it.
Transitions to the back. And again, Stots rolling. But Sabatello maintains control. Just past the midway point of the fourth. Sabatello attempting to put in the hook scramble.
Talking to
Sabatello earlier on. You know, he said all I have to do is win one of the first 3 rounds. I guarantee you that the 4th and 5th, the championship rounds, will be mine. Right now, he's trying to prove it. Sabatello needs to know I'm losing that position to change. That's what he's doing. Very nice work by Danny Sabatello. But again, more control. He's winning the control factor. He's just not being able to do any type of damage. No strikes, no submission attempts.
Again, Stots giving up his back.
There he goes with the strike.
Rolling again, but Sabatello with the hook in. Minute and a half left in the penultimate round. There's Stots turning into Sabatello as the front headlock now breaks.
After all of his grappling, everything you see, their arms have to be incredibly heavy. There's a ton of lactic acid buildup. It makes it very difficult to snap your punches out there.
There's a right. And it's nice left hand down the middle by Stots. Jab lands for Stots.
Stots really needs to go to that jab. That jab's going to open up everything for him. If he just sits there and starts to pick him apart with it, then use the left hand, change levels with your punches to the body and then back to the head.
Knee by Sabatello. 15 seconds left in the 4th round. We'll come down to 5 minutes or less to determine who beats Patchy Mix in the final.
The jab of Stots has been something that has been a difference maker. This is the left hand coming straight down the pipe, lands clean on Sabatello, comes for the flying knee. Nothing comes close, really. Goes straight back to that jab. Lands with it. Sabatello returns, but hits on.
Ready? Fifth and final round. Raufeon Stots has won 10 in a row. Danny Sabatello has won 7 in a row. Both undefeated in the Bellator cage. Both looking to advance to the final against Patchy Mix, and it very well could come down to this final round.
Take a look right now. Stots utilizing all of that motion, hitting that jab. Always aware, waiting for the shot from Sabatello.
And there it is, sprawl by Stots. Of course, takes energy to sprawl as well, John.
Oh, yes, it does. I said, whoever wins this fight, at the end, there's a lot of talking, but there's going to be respect because they both are outstanding fighters. You're going to have to respect the guy that can go in there and go with you that long. That's what we have.
Stots defends another takedown, front kick to the section. Minute and a half gone here in the final round. There's a straight left down the middle by Stots, and again he stuffs the takedown attempt, but the tenacious Sabatello continues to go for it, and there takes the back again as Stots, but Stots, what a wild scramble.
He is so tenacious in going after that takedown. You think Stots is going to run himself out, but Sabatello continues to go after him and ends up where he's close to having a great position on his back. Unable to truly control it right now, but we'll see what he does.
position, but he's getting elbowed to the head. All those are just strikes that just add up because he's holding, and the position doesn't mean anything.
Watch it.
Stots really not in a position to make the knee bar work, but he's torquing on it, trying to straighten that leg out. Danny starts to duck his head down. That's why the referees don't watch the back of the head, as Danny's trying to hide his head. Now that he got his leg free, he has a ability to on top.
Sabatello continues to work from Stots back. Stots working his way back up to his feet again, rolling through. But Sabatello maintains control. Stots back, a minute and a half left in the fight.
Trying to break the hands apart. Raufeon can get high, start moving himself towards Danny Sabatello's head. Danny Sabatello trying to hold on. Now in the guard position. Nice movement by Danny Sabatello.
Sabatello began wrestling at the age of 4, two-time state champion in high school in Illinois, captain of the team at Purdue, where he was a 3-time NCAA Division I championships qualifier. Wrestling's been in his blood since day one. And his wrestling may indeed propel him to the final against Patchy Mix.
I don't know. Just holding on. There is no submission attempts. There is no strikes. He has been hit how many times in this round, including the stand-up section, and he has landed nothing. It is not about being able to grapple. Put a submission on. Strike it. When you're holding, it's not going to end up getting you the win.
And there Stots now, exploding back now to north-south, 15 seconds left. Stots has a huge advantage in the striking stats, and Danny Sabatello only 4'19", eats the knee, tries a knee of his own, and finally, where was this kind of action for the last 25 minutes? But Sabatello and Stots go the distance.
Here we go, take a look. Beautiful, straight down the pipe with the left hand. Thinks Danny Sabatello gives him ground. It was right at the end of the fight. They just started swinging. This is after Stots got up. But you take a look at all of that time that they were in that grappling situation. He has a better position, but he did nothing with the position. And you've got to try to do something with the position. That's why I give this to Raufeon Stots.
Again, Stots a huge advantage in terms of total strikes landed, ground control, and wrestling for Danny Sabatello, but unable to really make it count once it got to the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first, Doug Crosby, scores the fight 50-45. He sees it for Sabatello. Your second judge, Eric Colon, scores it 48-47. He sees the fight for Stots. Your third and final judge at cage side, Brian Miner, scores it 48-47 for the winner by split decision, advancing to the finals of the $1 million Bantamweight World Grand Prix, and still interim Bellator Bantamweight World Champion, Raufeon Stots.
Raufeon Stots, much to the delight of his father, watching his son fight in person for the first time, slips past Danny Sabatello via split decision, and Danny Sabatello has left the building. Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
Raufeon Stots wants something to say. I'll give you the mic for a second.
Hey, everybody in Connecticut, I want you to say this with me. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, nah.
Okay, let's start now. Hey, that one you got to admit, he's a tough sucker. He's a tenacious fighter. He came after you with wrestling, but he didn't do any damage to you.
He didn't do no damage. I was walking him down the whole time. I had his face bloody. I got blood all in that highlighter head, and we moving on to the finals, baby.
When you talk about being a wrestler, there were times you were caught in cradles. There was all kinds of different things, but you're not getting pinned here. It's about damage. What was it you was going through your mind, though? Were you thinking about, I got to get out, I got to do something?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking separation and damage. He was trying to control me, hold my nuts all fucking fight, but hugging nuts don't win fights. Damage do. Let's go.
Well, I want to congratulate you on winning that fight. That is your first defense as the interim champion. But this is a man right here that also won tonight. This will be your opponent in the finals of the Bantamweight Grand Prix. We got Patchy No Love Mix facing Raufeon Stots.
I'm a lot better than him. I'm a lot better than him. Let's go, baby. I'm a lot better than you showed tonight.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA turns now to the Bantamweight division for the rematch of the most contentious fight in Bellator Grand Prix history. Set now for 3 5-minute rounds live on Showtime. We introduce first the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 135.8 pounds, taking the loss in their first matchup tonight. He looks to even the score, entering as a professional with 14 wins, 3 losses. Now at number 6 in the rankings, he hails from right here in Chicago, Illinois, presenting Danny, the Italian gangster, Sabatello. And across the cage, his adversary tonight fights out of the red corner at 5'7", weighing in the same at 135.8 pounds. After advancing to the Grand Prix final, now he looks to align himself for a world title shot with the number 2 ranking. Tonight, he stands with 19 professional victories, just 2 defeats. From Houston, Texas, introducing Raufeon Stots. Charge your referee, Rob Madrigal.
All right, gentlemen, you protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. You want to fight hard, fight clean. You want to touch gloves, do it out.
We've heard a lot of F-bombs. Are they going to be able to detonate the kind of bombs that damage and knock out your opponents? Raufeon Stots, Danny Sabatello, the sequel. And Danny Sabatello launches a knee similar to what Patchy Mix did. He scored a knee knockout at 80 seconds of the opening round, and that was with his left knee. But Sabatello definitely coming out much more aggressively.
Absolutely coming after him, and Stots going after him. But this is, Sabatello has got beautiful wrestling. He can shoot from distances that other guys can't.
Remember, Stots lost the final of the Grand Prix via knee knockout from Patchy Mix 80 seconds into that fight. And now Stots, though, has secured Sabatello's neck with Sabatello in top position. Sabatello 1 for 1 already in takedowns.
Sabatello is not in any trouble right at this moment. It's just an arm over his neck. It's the question, does Sabatello establish this takedown? And what does he do once he does? Does he start to, as you're seeing, he's trying to start to strike. He needs to do damage. Great job by Sabatello to keep that half guard. Stots did a nice job to move it. Wasn't able to get it back to full guard.
What's ahead, Danny?
First meeting took place in the World Grand Prix, of course. Both looking to get back on the winning track, and Chicago chanting for their own. Chants of Danny and Sabatello continues to control. Nice scramble, and the reversal by Stots. into north-south position, that front headlock.
Beautiful athleticism by Raufeon Stots there to get himself back up.
Two minutes gone here in the first. Sabatello just missing with that right head kick. Body kick by Stots, the southpaw lining up. Sabatello with a three-punch combination.
Beautifully done by Raufeon Stots.
Head kick again by Sabatello. So they are delivering on their promise to make this a much more offensive affair, John.
Well, we always talk about, well, you get a chance to punch him in the face. Well, they're both getting that chance, and they're both going after it.
And Sabatello again searching for the spectacular finish with a knee knockout, the second knee attack. Here in round one, the head kick again by Sabatello.
Something with Sabatello's camp. Mike Brown saw something about bringing that high kick up on Raufeon Stots, and that's why Danny Sabatello is going back to that well so many times.
And he's going back to the wrestling well as well. 2 for 2 as Stots tries to escape. Let's listen to the master Mike Brown.
Again, he's got to get those hooks.
Sabatello with back control.
Sabatello was able to get one hook, but couldn't get that far side hook, and that made a difference.
Knee strike to the thigh area. Stots using the hand to post, now back on his feet. Coming up on the final 90 seconds of the first round.
You know, many times when we have guys in a rematch, we'll say, well, this is going to be round 6. And they come out not trying to feel each other up. They just come out fighting. That's what we got right now.
Sabatello looking for the body lock trip takedown. Well defended by Stots, and Stots ends up top position. A mad scramble, the chaos early here in round one. Tremendous stuff here between Sabatello and Stots. Lateral drop. A minute left in the first.
Beautifully, oh!
Wow.
Danny Sabatello had a chance in our triangle. Raufeon Stots fought his way right through it.
Sensational scrambling. Two bitter rivals putting on a show here in the first frame. Stots now has Sabatello's back. Sabatello to his feet.
Nice knee by Stots, being smart with it. He's got that arm underneath with Sabatello so he can try to shuck him up and bring the knee high.
Round one of their first meeting saw Stots go 14 of 18 in the striking department. Sabatello was 7 for 14. Here tonight, round one, Stots 16 of 28. Sabatello 19 of 31. Fantastic first round.
Drink when you're ready. Hey, you can't back up all the way to the cage, right? You can't back up all the way to the cage. Hey, you can't back up all the way to the cage, right? Hey, your head kick is there. Fake two head kick, fake shot punch is there all day. And
Take a look at how this started. Comes Danny Sabatello out with almost a jump knee. Stots blasting back. Sabatello gets hit with a beautiful body shot right there. Nice left, right hand, but he out-wrestled Raufeon for most of it until Raufeon was able to get this position here. But then Sabatello comes out of it. Just like two spider monkeys going crazy after each other. Unbelievable.
Crowd fired up here as we begin round number 2, and Mike Brown wanted Danny Sabatello to continue with the kicks, the head kick, but fake 2 of them and then deliver it, and there he goes again. Another kick, and there's the counter left hand from Stots. So Sabatello has definitely shored up his striking since their first meeting and since the fight against Magomedov.
No, he's looking good. He's making a lot of changes in being aggressive
in different fashions. It's not just the wrestling attack. And Raufeon Stots needs to keep that left hand.
Oh, beautiful combination.
Needs to keep it up on his chin to make sure, because Sabatello, again, he's gone to that well too many times. There he goes again.
And another kick. This time the naked shot sprawled by Stots. Stots attacking the neck, delivering knees up the middle. Sabatello escapes his head and now delivers a knee to Stots. And now the back take by Sabatello.
Beautiful duck under by Sabatello to get the back. Only one hook, though. Still with one hook. Switched over, but Danny Sabatello wants to get. That's a beautiful job by Raufeon Stots. He wants to drive his shoulders towards that mat.
Seatbelt grip. Sabatello. Stots back, now pops his head out to the side and scrambled by Stots. Sabatello 4 for 8 in the takedown department. Landing already as many takedowns as he did in the entire 5-round fight the first time around.
And here's where Sabatello needs to start to open himself up. Get that hook and now start throwing shots. Go for the submission.
Looking to flatten out Stots, meanwhile, making it difficult to do so. Body triangle employed by Sabatello. Similar to what we see from the man who won the Grand Prix, Patchy Mixon, who will be challenging Sergio Pettis for the undisputed Bantamweight title coming up after this fight. Midway point of the round and the fight.
Right now, Danny Sabatello kind of looking towards an arm triangle. Raufeon Stots needs to turn his body to the right. He needs to put that foot of Danny Sabatello's on that mat.
Can't get it twisted. Just over 2 minutes left here in the second.
See how the arm triangle is getting set. Great job by Stots to give it some room.
Stots has never been submitted. And Stots now in top position, another brilliant escape.
Beautifully done by Raufeon Stots. Again, you're getting back to the point where when you're seeing Raufeon Stots in the grappling, see how he's trying to do damage.
And from Stots, Sabatello up to give up. Back to the Stots continues to ride him with 60 seconds left here in the second round. A fight we can see more scrambles in your favorite breakfast spot, and as Sabatello now continues to try to create another one.
Raufeon Stots doing a great job here with a lot of pressure on Sabatello.
Sabatello on his feet, but there's a jab from the southpaw. Stots, and again, landing those punches, lands the head kick. Sabatello with the shot, the sprawl by Stots, and Sabatello diligently going to secure the takedown, his 5th.
Great round.
Wow! Let's hear. Sweep, what an amazing fight. Another reversal by Stots. Tremendous stuff between these two arch rivals, John.
Loving it.
Hey, whenever he throws that left kick, step in hard with the left hand.
Every time. I put a combo behind it.
Step in with the left hand, but don't stay in one place. Don't throw it from step. Step in all the way.
Hey, no. Let me talk. Control yourself.
Take a look at what occurs here. As the overhooks, you see Sabatello duck right down and under
comes out on the back, beautifully done, just absolute gorgeous technique. But then Raufeon Stots, he gets to the stand-up and he starts putting shots on Danny Sabatello. Sabatello tried to get this position. Raufeon Stots turns it over, ends up landing a couple of beautiful elbow strikes. Good round for Raufeon Stots.
All right, second set, let's go.
Third and final round of their second meeting. The 8th round of this rivalry. One of the most bitterly contested in Bellator MMA history, staring daggers through each other's eyes as they begin round 3, and immediately Stots pops Sabatello in the face with a left. And the Chicago crowd behind their fighter, Danny Sabatello. Oh, and Sabatello got rocked! And immediately Stots attacking the neck.
Sabatello's just tenacious and trying to get to that takedown. He got dropped. He's in a position just to get his mind clear right now.
Knee to the midsection by Stots, sprawling on that takedown attempt by Sabatello. Another knee. Yeah, Sabatello looking to create a frame there for some distance.
Both these guys are in incredible condition.
Oh, again the duck going back take by Sabatello.
Beautifully. Back to the body triangle. He's got the figure 4 on him. See, this is Sabatello. I'm not upset with him taking the time. He's still got to clear his head, but he's got to at least, at some point, start to open up. Don't just hold here. You've got good position. Do something with it.
There's only 3.5 minutes left in the fight. Reminder, the first meeting was 5-rounder. This one only 3, and similar to their first meeting, John, Sabatello with more takedowns, more ground control time. Stots with the advantage in terms of total strikes landed.
No doubt.
And yet Sabatello's done much better in the striking department tonight in many ways in terms of his diversity.
Absolutely. And he's going again for that same arm triangle choke that he tried in the second round. He obviously has been working on this.
Got 5 submission wins, including an arm triangle victory.
And you notice how he's holding on to the wrist of Raufeon Stots and trying to keep him from being able to move that arm out.
And another reversal by Stots in the top position.
Great.
2.5 minutes left. Fist by Stots, looking for his own attempt, perhaps at an arm triangle. Is Sabatello on his side, wing blocking, answering that phone. Crowd trying to rally Sabatello.
Stots doing a great job moving his hips with Sabatello.
Under 2 minutes left.
That was a big elbow by Raufeon Stots. You don't see Danny Sabatello many times stop moving, and right now he's kind of stopped, meaning that he's trying to catch a little bit of air. Great job by Sabatello there.
And a great job by Stots to remain in control. And
they're just going. Look at him.
Beautiful scrambles.
Beautiful
grappling. Sprawl by Stots. Under 90 seconds left. Sabatello head first into the cage. Stots again going on the attack. Stots has thrown 120 strikes, twice as many as Sabatello.
Sabatello trying to tie up the anaconda here.
Looking for that anaconda choke, but
it's not
Stots is not in trouble.
No, he's going to have to crush that space and get a hold of that left leg of Raufeon Stots.
Under a minute left in the fight.
Raufeon starting to turn the position. They're just kind of stuck there. That choke is not working. He doesn't have what it takes. You've got to be able to crush the space and bring the head towards the body. Right now, Raufeon's able to breathe clear.
These two bitter rivals have completed 8 rounds of action.
Every time you see Raufeon going towards that side, it's getting tighter. Nice job.
Raufeon Stots, Danny Sabatello go the distance. They promise to be more aggressive offensively.
Let's go!
So let's take a look at the fight stats after 15 minutes of action, and a huge edge for Raufeon Stots in terms of total strikes landed. And just like the first meeting, Sabatello with the edge in takedowns. In fact, he scored one more in a 3-round fight that he did in the 5th. But the striking of Raufeon Stots proving to be the edge, and we'll see if the judges agree in terms of the story that the numbers tell, although Danny Sabatello promised to be more aggressive offensively and started very quickly in that regard. He would like to even this rivalry one apiece.
Let's go, baby. Bleeding again, Sabatello, bleeding again. Let's go.
Michael C. Williams has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we go now to your 3 judges at cage side. Brian Puccello, Brandon Mason, Brian Miner, all having it the same at 29-28. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon SUPA.
Raufeon SUPA Stots now 2-0 against Danny Sabatello.
Come on, don't run, baby.
You know this rivalry's not over.
Don't run, you know it's not.
We're gonna go again. That's 2 close ones. I won this one again. We're gonna go again.
I told you. Hey, I told you.
Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
All right, I'm here with the winner,
I just got
Raufeon SUPA Stots.
Don't leave. Don't you leave, you motherfucker. Don't you leave. You're in your hometown. Make him shake my hand like a man.
Raufeon, that fight was incredible.
Yeah.
The transitions, the striking, it was way better than the first one. Do you have respect for Danny Sabatello?
I got respect. I have more respect if he came in and shake my hand instead of running off like a little girl. I would have more respect. I respect everybody in Chicago though, but Danny I just don't like.
Let me ask one question. Off of that fight, is it over or do you want another one?
Hey, anytime somebody pay me to punch Danny Sabatello in the mouth, I'm gonna take that money every time, 10 out of 10 times. Sign it up again.
Sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Raufeon SUPA Stots.
Raufeon SUPA Stots picking up the victory here tonight against his arch rival Danny Sabatello. It's 2 straight wins now over Sabatello as he improves to 8-1, 20-2 over all. Let's go to the fight desk.